So when we look at higher ed, you know, what do you find dispiriting? And what I mean by dispiriting is you realize in higher ed that there is a cost to the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So students are paying for exemplary education.
Right.
They're paying for it, right? So when you think about that and our role in making courses more engaging, what do you find dispiriting?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Um, I've been I've been looking at this author. He's been around for a long time, Alvin Toffler, and he writes books on the future and dystopian future. And he has this quote. He said, "The illiterate of the future will not be the person who cannot read. It will be the person who does not know how to learn." And I thought about that, and thought about that, and thought about that. And I think that what's dispiriting to me is with all the information out there where you can learn anything today very easily for free. It's like a sea of information, and people are becoming less and less able to learn how to learn, and it's weird that all this information comes and now we stop learning how to learn. Not fully, but it's a skill that I think is eroding in a lot of people. And when you say higher ed, it's very expensive to get these degrees, and all this information that can help you get through is out there. But I find that people are they have trouble learning how to learn. I think for excuse me, for myriad reasons, we no longer think that rote learning and memorization are all that valuable because the information is just a few clicks away. I really disagree with that. I don't think the brain works that way. I think we need to learn the fundamentals very well, have them at our fingertips, and then use those fundamentals to create more complex ideas. You know, but I'm no pessimist. I mean, I think the work in the next decade is to help people learn how to learn. I think that's the superpower of the 21st century. But that's really the thing that I find dispiriting. What do you think?
I think what I find dispiriting is that doors have opened for us to be in areas we never were before. And when we get there, we realize that the people coming from there were not any brighter than we were. So both you and I went to Teachers College, and it was our dream college. We thought if we just stepped a little foot in there, we would be around people that were so competitive and so bright that we couldn't find our way. So what's dispiriting is we finally get to a place where we can get into these circles to make a difference in education, and we're the smarter people. And it doesn't mean that we're smarter because we know our SRT, SAT, or GREs. We're smarter people because we know how to take nothing and make it into something, and they don't. So we could take a canvas shell with nothing in it that's vanilla and make it work. We can take a faculty that's never touched some technology and make them go because we know how to take nothing and make it something. But we were dispirited or disillusioned about what the folks in these ivy towers knew. And I think that's what dispirits me. I finally get to the mountaintop to realize the mountaintop is below the valley.
Fair enough. Got
Okay.
it. Yep.
So, and it's getting better, but it was discouraging. It's still discouraging, but I'm going to just keep pushing.
Well, that's also sort of uh, the idea of the podcast for me is to pay it forward
Mhm.
to others. Take what I'm learning, what my colleagues like you have learned, your experience, try to pay it forward and give it to the next generation. So thank you for being part of this and doing that for us. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Yep.